Buenos dias, mi amigos. It's your boy Darzis back with the D trope, and we're keeping today's intro quick and sweet. Wanted to say thank you. We reached 300 subscribers on here. It might sound small for some of you, however, it's huge for us. We're starting a cult, and we want you all to join it. So if you're new here, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. U139. Where we left off, the loot box queen, Izumo Fuko, had just accepted this loop's first set of quests. The neutralization of Autumn for a third seat, and the capture of Unavoidable for Remember's location. And although Nico questions if we can complete these quests just due to their apparent difficulty, Fuko cannot shy away from this jackpot of rewards that we've landed on. And it's been 26 years outside of the Round Tizzy room, and Bo and the gang have actually put their time to very good use. Not only has he buffed up the Union's technology and systems, but he's seemingly constructed the same command center which we saw in the previous loop. And along with that, he's actually increased the personnel count within the Union to 10,000 individuals. Although they're mostly orphans, this fact is just very cool for us because it shows us that we have the manpower necessary to build out anything which we want to do. We got the money, we got the manpower, we got the resources. Nico is a happy boy. And although that happy boy is having the time of his life fawning over these technological advancements, we've got some planning to do. Before we talk about that planning though, this made me crack up so hard seeing Nico have to literally get restrained because he just can't control himself around all of this futuristic technology. I feel like a young lad at Vegapunk Island. So we've got the two quests to plan for, Autumn and Void, and the neutralization of Autumn is obviously the taller task on the table. Right now, taking down a king of the season seems nigh impossible. It's phase 1 used with these spider juniors in order to gather nutrients to grow it to phase 2. And no matter which phase it's in, it's got this Mahito idol transfiguration ability, except it's the book edition. But to top it all off, it can regenerate. So basically at this point, as I said, it's nigh impossible for the Union to take down Autumn. The capture of Unavoidable seems a little more likely though. There's one individual out there in the world, his name, Void Volks, the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. Some would say the best to ever do it. In this backstory, the more I'm learning, I'm so excited to meet Void Volks. The moment he is going to manifest his... I'm getting ahead of myself. But just like I mentioned, capturing Void would be a bit easier than taking down Autumn. So as Nico's trying to plan these quests out efficiently, he just says it's a no-brainer. Let's go take down Volks. However, there's a small issue on the table. Unavoidable still actually has not been transferred to Void yet, and we see via some live footage who has it. A 98-year-old man, Mr. Kinji Yokezu of Saitama, Japan, whose Unavoidable makes him unable to avoid winning prizes. Hey, and Fuko, I know you don't need the money, however, Mr. Void Volks might be nice on the front lines, but throw your boy over here, Yokezu. That's my homie. Me and him will be hitting all the lottery stations all over California. But this obviously throws a monkey wrench in our plans, and Fuko mentions Void Volks is apparently the Union's #1 frontline force in previous loops, so we truly need him within our forces. However, this got me interested, and leave a comment how you thought about this too, because I was thinking top frontline force? We got Shin, we got Andy, we had Victor back in the day. Is this dude truly the #1? But I thought about it. He truly might be, because you take his ability, his background, a world heavyweight champ. He's always had a pack of punch in his hand. And if you comprise that with Nico's technology, making something that's impenetrable damn near, just a super strong, super crazy metal, what is it, the Tengetsu, I forgot the name of the metal that they were using. However, you could truly create a monstrous force using Void Volks and his ability. So I guess, yes, that is our #1 cool fact. And since we need Void and not Mr. Yokezu, we're gonna have to go with an alternate plan to what, the rational thinker would think up. We're gonna have to go ahead and take down Autumn first, so that we can wait till the end of this month, where Yokezu, sadly, is gonna croak, finally, and Void Volks, during his heavyweight title defending match, is going to manifest Unavoidable. Nico and Ichiko are a bit confused though. They're like, wait, Fuko, we're gonna go take down Autumn? I thought he was nigh impossible. You were just messing around with us, right? Like, we can actually go take down Autumn, right? However, that wasn't the case, and Fuko was not lying, because Autumn's hard-boiled, and we can't beat him right now. Not only did Autumn take 6 negators, including the strongest individual in the series, Bunny, to defeat last time, but with its idle transfiguration, book edition, armor, and regenerative abilities, it's just too strong for us to combat. Seriously, think about it though. Last loop, we had La Mira, who I believe is Unmirror, able to block all of those projectiles or at least send them in different directions so those claws didn't turn us into books. We had Unrepair, Rip, so that we were able to stop it from regenerating. We had Undead, one of the strongest individuals in the entire series who was able to actually break through that super strong armor with worked in conjunction with Rip to make him not regenerate. You know, the dealio. And we also have the most important individual, Ano Un, who kind of worked as like Deus Ex Machina, kind of plot hole armor right there. We had a big cast last time, so how are we gonna get it done? As we begin to brainstorm how we tackle this quest, Nico thinks of a defense we can use, a chaff. Basically, they'll scatter debris in the air so Autumn's claws, physical or projectile, will turn the debris into books rather than turning the negators into books. I don't play shooting games anymore, so take this example with a grain of salt. However, think Battlefield. If you're in a jet fight and somebody shoots one from behind you, you might drop your flares in order to create a debris in the air, which blocks all those projectiles from hitting you. So that covers our defense. And what we will be using for our offense is our littlest monster, Gina. At the current moment, Gina's weak. She just manifested her ability along with the fact that she doesn't understand herself or herself as a negator. And we know that throughout the series, that's what makes an individual stronger. Understanding your ability and understanding yourself is what brings the negator to evolve in a sense. And we learn about that a little bit more later. However, Fuko understands that Gina, if she does reach that maximum potential, understands herself and how to use her ability, we can one-shot Autumn. So in order to get Gina to that maximum potential, she'll either need to dedicate a large amount of time, which you know she doesn't have, or she'll need to have some large impactful moment. And we've seen this throughout the series, honestly, already. Think about Billy versus Andy whenever he realized, wow, that is how you get stronger. Or Andy and Fuko during Autumn, hint, hint. So as the gang all ponders, how do we get Gina to this level, and Fuko won't reveal it, Ichiko and Nico coax the plan out of her. Fuko's going to allow herself to get hit by Autumn's claws in order to pull a reverse Ano Un sensei, allowing Gina to use the Soul Calibur to go inside of Fuko's memories and experience meeting that previous Gina, as Fuko believes that once she gains that experience and understands herself in full, they'll have the key to defeating Autumn. And although it is a risky plan, the main player, Gina, accepts. An Operation Codename Autumn Reading for Mrs. Jean Metamorpho commences. An absolutely fire chapter out of Yoshifumi Gotsuka. Hey, you see that, man? I got a broken arm, broken shoulder, and I'm still hitting buckets. But still, seriously, a really dope chapter out of Yoshifumi. I really liked how, we are rehashing some events that happened during this past loop. It is kind of like a nostalgia fest whenever you just mention things that happened way back when. However, when it makes sense, and whenever it makes sense, especially to commence the plot or proceed the plot, however the hell you say it, it's a really dope thing, I think, to throw into the series. And I think it'll be cool going back inside of Fuko's mind to fully understand the previous Gina, have her link up on this level with this new Gina, and have her become the hard-boiled, brolic individual that she is, have her start throwing that hat around. It'll be cool. It'll be very dope to see all of this happen. And I'm loving this big sister, motherly type vibe going on between Fuko and Gina. How during the beginning of the chapter, you see that Gina's just always 2 steps behind Fuko, holding her hand, holding onto her pocket. It's funny. You know that Gina just wants to be a cool person, wants to have friends and everything. And Fuko's trying to get that for her. It's cool to see it start to be realized. But lastly, Void Volks. This is going to be a hard-boiled individual. I'm excited to actually get to know him because, he just got offed in chapter 2 or 3 last loop. So it will be cool to actually know who this dude is because I think he's got the coolest backstory in the entire Union. Heavyweight champ of the world? This dude is getting it beforehand. Seriously. 300 subscribers. Appreciate you all. If there's any Undead Unluck videos I can do, let me know. I need to start grinding on this shit. I need to start grinding on life. We're about to be in 2023, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's succeed, every single one of you in whatever facet you're in, because it's fun. But shit, love all y'all. Really appreciate it. Dars is from the Detroit.